Is sitting right across from me now, and I would encourage you to go over to the Facebook live stream to check it out, is my new friend Kenny Selcer. Kenny, how are you, man?
Good. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
It is
Appreciate
good to have you here. I'm
first time here.
Oh, well, welcome. It's always an adventure here at the Sound Museum.
Seems that way, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Just finding the place is one thing, but then once you're inside, it's
I think I was actually here like years ago doing a rehearsal with somebody.
It probably smells exactly the same, doesn't
Right,
it?
exactly.
Literally the same
Halls
smell.
that go nowhere.
Yep. Oh,
That's what it seems like.
I feel like that's a cruel trick to play on a bunch of musicians. You know, maybe they're drinking, maybe they're imbibing, and whatever else, and suddenly you're getting lost.
You said switch the numbers on the doors. You know?
Don't give me any ideas. So I'm excited to have you here, and I was digging the folk finger-picking stylings I was hearing during soundcheck. It's just kind of a beautiful tone in the air for this rainy Monday. But you also brought this flyer, and I'm going to hold it up for the crowd, the camera here. But I'm going to read it too. Kenny Selcer and Steve Gilligan are playing at the Amazing Things Art Center, 160 Hollis Street in Framingham on Friday, October 12th with the Idolaters, and I think that is a bill you're going to want to check out, especially if you feel like being in Framingham on Friday, October 12th. There's no better place to be than to go see Kenny Selcer and Steve Gilligan along with the Idolaters with Sal Baglio. Now, Kenny, now that people have seen that, they're going to want to find out more about you, man. They're going to want to know, what am I going to go see? Because I'm going to go see it. What can I expect? Tell me about yourself. What's your musical background?
Well, I have a pretty broad musical background. I've been playing around here for a long time, all different kinds of music, electric. I just did a couple electric gigs, one in the Gardner, which is west, Route 2. Another one, like a private brewery. I played different kinds of stuff. I've been playing on the acoustic scene for a long time. Little folk, little blues, folk. I'm not really a folky, but I'm laid back.
Right,
melody.
yeah.
Jam band, like, you know, I love improv, love all different kinds. I like good music, you know.
Hey.
I really like, I like eclectic stuff.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
people get too hung up on genre and style and stuff. If it's good music, it's good music.
I like good music.
I'm also envious of your ability to play with an acoustic guitar, just a solo accompaniment. There's a beauty to that sometimes we get bands in here that are bogged down in their amps and pedals and guitars and cables. Well,
I grew up on electric music, so I'm guilty. I love electric music, and I love band stuff, ensemble, you know, small bands. I don't really like the big band stuff too much. 4-piece, 5-piece, 6-piece, maybe, you know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
And I just kind of kept on getting into different things. And I got into acoustic music. I met someone around well, I don't want to tell the dates, but a long time ago. And she was a folkie. Actually, she's into world music also. So we just started playing places like Club Passim and, you know, different places. Bought this acoustic guitar and played a lot. Made a lot of albums and started getting into songwriting, you know. Just I wrote a little bit when I was a kid, really young, but I wouldn't really call it much of a songwriting.
Fair enough.
So
what about right now? Where's your head at now as a songwriter? How would you describe the music you're making in this moment?
Well, left my iPad out there. It's a little, you know, it changes. You know, I don't really like, you know, I've been doing music so long, I don't really write to, what do you call it, for a purpose in a sense anymore.
Right.
I write to whatever comes up. So if I start hanging around with folk people, my music starts moving to songwriting like that. If I start hanging around with bands, I start writing a little bit of that, or I reach into, you know what I mean? See, to me, songs present themselves to you. We don't really, you know, I'm writing to make a hit. Those days are gone. You know, I love to have a hit, but
sure,
you know.
There's a beauty in not being hung up on making hits.
Right.
And I've talked to artists on the show before. It is kind of magic when those songs come like they're supposed to. Sometimes your pen can't keep up with what's coming out of you.
I like writing. I've been writing a long time and I write different kinds of music, so I have influences in different places. You know, I can throw in weird chords if I want to, but I don't really like to do that unless it's organic to the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all about serving the song.
Right, serving the song, and then I test them out in front of people. You know, I see what works and what doesn't.
I love that. That's one of the most beautifully direct philosophies I've heard in a while.
Yeah, thanks. It's just, and it's true, you know. If I'm sitting by myself and I go, I love this song, and then I play it in front of people who I think will like it, and they they're ambivalent about it, then well, okay, there's something, maybe not the song, it needs a little work, you know.
Right. What are your favorite kind of audiences to play for? Not genre-wise, but if you can envision a crowd waiting to hear your music, what do you picture?
That's a good question. You know, I've played so many different places. I've played bars you can't even hear yourself, you know, and that's fine if people want to party, and
sure.
that's really okay. I played one on Saturday. It was a bar in front of me and a bar in back of me. I was in between, facing one direction, and the music was piped in around the room, and it was kind of low because I'm more or less background.
Right.
Somebody came up to me and said, "Hey, you should turn yourself up," and I said, "Well, that's not up to me. That's up to the owner." And it was, you know, that's whatever they want. So I'm playing to noise. I'm playing to, I mean, not noise like, you know, screaming and yelling, but just lots of people. That's fine, you know. That's what they're there for, and I understand my role. You know, I'm not there to. I've also played listening rooms where, you know, you play in front of 100 people and go, "Oh God," they're all staring at me.
They're all looking right at me.
Looking right at me, and I'm supposed to entertain them, so to speak. You know.
That's fair.
And I've been a lot of places. I actually played, my biggest gig was in front of about 250,000 people.
Good Lord.
I was backup for someone playing a chorus at Earth Day at the Esplanade. That was intense. That was incredible.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah. So I like it when people have a good time and when they're focused on the music. That's really good, you know. And they're not coming up to me and they don't like what I do, and I haven't played too many hostile crowds in my life, but I have played one gig I had in New Hampshire. I was in a duo, and they came up to me and said, "We want to listen to the jukebox."
Ouch.
Okay. Ouch is right.
That is a tough crowd.
Tough crowd. So the owner didn't want to pay us, and I said, our agent, we had an agent at the time, I said, "Agent got the money. It's not our fault. We're supposed to play there." And I played to places, big rooms where there's incredibly nice people, and you just feel like, you know, it's a love fest. So
I think that's why you keep going through those bad gigs, right?
Right.
Those moments where you can tell you have something to communicate and people want to hear it.
Yeah, and so I have to admit the quiet rooms are tough. New England's, I'm a New Yorker, but I'm up here. It's if they don't make any noise, it's tough.
Yeah,
you
don't know what you're getting back.
You don't know what you're getting back, and you know, and then maybe at the end they go, "Yay!" But you never know until. Yeah. So those are. I'll always have be nervous about those kind of gigs. I mean, some people might, different personalities, they might like it. They might. They don't care. You know.
Boston crowds are intense. They're very focused on what's going on, and they're very slow to let you know what they think.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, there's those moments of silence, and either they're loving this or they're hating this.
Right.
But there's little in between.
And I've been playing long enough that I just do what I do, and as long as they don't throw things, you know. I'm serious.
Get that Blues Brothers chicken wire
exactly,
up in front of the
chicken
stage.
wire, you know. And I played a lot of rooms. You go in there, and, well, why did I just do that? You know, not that it was bad. It's just like, you know.
Right. Well,
it's hard. Inspiration is, you know, where they don't really care, but they don't not care. So they just. I had one table. I was playing a place. I was a bar, and I used to have a good time there. One table in front of me, about 8 people, literally like 2 feet in front of me, table like this. Well, I was back a foot, and they ignored me for 2 hours. They didn't even look at me, and that I didn't like. You know, they could look at you and go, acknowledge, hey, you know. Yeah. You know.
Even a keep it down kind of look.
Right. Yeah. Well, that it's like, you know, I'd rather have some kind of acknowledgement than no acknowledgement. But then, you know, in those, when they're really close, sitting at the table. Now, if you're in a bar and dancing or not dancing, you're not going to dance to acoustic guitar, right?
You never know.
Sometimes. That's okay. If they don't, you know, if they don't get into it, as long as they're, you can kind of feel the room. You know, you can kind of feel the room.
Well, I promise I'm not going to throw anything, but why don't we give the listeners an idea of what we're talking about here?
Right.
Will you play one for us?
All right, I'm going to do that one I was doing in Soundcheck. That's actually a bluesy song. It was influenced by Dr. John when I first wrote it, slow. I saw Dr. John on some TV show, and I was like, God, this is amazing. But it evolved over time. I started playing with people, and they sped it up. And now it just is what it is. It's on my an album I put out 7 years ago. It's basically a kind of a bluesy song, you know, but not really blues, but it's called Say You Will. Say you will, don't say you won't. I won't ever give up hope. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Yes, I do. Listen to this tale I spin. You tell me if it's genuine. Throw the dice. It's my lucky 7. I just want to play the game with you. Win or lose, we all will bid adieu. Yeah, 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 yeah. Truth to tell, baby's wet. What you see ain't what you get. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Come on now, baby. Yeah, yeah. Are you kind or are you mean? Clean up scene or in between? Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Yes, I do. Time, we're living on borrowed time. Time, I think you ought to drink that wine. Yeah, yeah, well, I won't ever make the same mistake. Well, you can't fool me. There's way too much at stake. Yeah, 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 yeah. Say you will, don't say you won't. Where there's fire, you know there's smoke. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Yes, I do. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Come on now. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Well, I just wanna go to heaven with you. Say you will.
Kenny Selcer on the Underbelly here on WEMF. I like that.
Yeah.
It has just the groove, the lyrics, the whole package was great.
Thank you.
What inspires you as a songwriter? We were talking a little bit about how, just what happens, but do you find yourself returning to any themes, any topics?
Yeah, I do the normal angst things. I try to not wallow in it. That I try to transcend it, whatever it is. I try to write, be clear about what I'm feeling and thinking. Okay. I don't want to be obscure. I mean, I played free jazz and I played, stuff that's more obscure in a certain way. But I like things that are clear but a little mysterious, because sometimes people like to tell the stories and they give away what they're talking about. It's too obvious. Yeah. And I like to make it a little more universal, so you can hear something and even though it's about my life, sort of, where it's semi-autobiographical or something about that's going on in my life, you can get into it also because you might relate to it.
I like that. Yeah, a little bit of open to interpretation, but
right.
not being unclear about your meaning.
Some people write stories and narrative, and it's obvious, which is good. I mean, there's some great songwriters are like that. A lot of the folk world is like that, or some of the singer-songwriters where they're you know exactly what they're feeling going through, you know.
Right.
I mean, specific. I mean, really specific. I don't.
Yeah.
So
Down
it's really
to the
personal.
moment.
It's personal. Yeah, I do. Somebody used to call them diary writers. Like they wrote what's happening to them at the time.
Yeah.
You know? And,
I
that's
like,
okay. You know.
I like that, but I guess I prefer songs with just a little wiggle room for interpretation, like you're saying, to make it a little more universal
right.
in a way.
We'll make it more universal. And so, you know, I remember a long time ago, I'd write something that was so personal. Say, you know, it's an expression, but I don't know if people really want to hear it. So I went in a different direction in the songwriting. You know, I like sometimes. I wish I could write more playful stuff. That's kind of playful, but I don't really write too many songs like that. You know.
Do you ever find yourself just kind of as a side experiment, wanting to, you know, try? Like, I understand what you mean about essentially letting the songs come naturally. Do you ever find yourself attempting something just to give it a whirl?
Well, right. I might try to write something more style. You know, like one time I wanted to write. I might play a song lighter than I'm usually, a little lighter, and I like reggae. So I said, okay, I write a reggae kind of song, and so I started fooling around with reggae rhythms and chords, and things came out. Then I said, okay, I want to write a riff to it, you know.
Yeah.
And then it happened. But as far as writing about specific things, like I know people who do these, I don't know if you ever heard about this, these song, where they write about a topic. They're in a group of songwriters, and they say, okay, let's write about a door this week, red door.
Okay.
And so they write a song about a red door, and then you might get 10 different kinds of songs, right?
I like that.
And that's pretty cool. I'm not that, I don't want to say good, because that's putting me down a little bit. I'm just, some people can do that, and I really can't. Doesn't mean that they write good songs. I'm just
That's
saying,
fair.
you know, I'm just saying that's, you know, if you said write a song about, you know, what it's like walking up and down this hallway, I don't think I can do that, you know.
Yeah, well, you can't put that kind of smell into words.
Well, right.
No, but I'm
You know
teasing. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I get that, and I can appreciate that. You know, frankly, a lot of songwriters I know don't have that perspective. That you know, maybe this isn't what I do. Maybe I do this better. I like that.
Well, I've been looking at songwriters for a long time. I mean, I started playing the acoustic scene back, well, let's say early '90s, and there are some amazing songwriters out there, you know.
Oh yeah.
And even locally, and I was thinking, God, I have to write songs and play them in front of people in the same audiences. Of course, there are a lot of mediocre songwriters, bad songwriters, but so I started really studying, in my own way, studying songwriting, and seeing how to do it. And I realized that, you know, I'm never going to be a certain kind of writer. I'm just not. You know, I just can't. I don't have the discipline or something. I don't know what it is. I mean, what makes somebody really good and other people not good? You know.
Right.
I mean, it's some people that tap into their inspiration easier than others or something. I don't know what it is.
No,
but I knew that I'd be, you know. I mean, I saw some. I work at a place in Shirley called the Bull Run. Occasionally, I play there, and also I work with sound occasionally. And some top songwriters come through, like Jim Messina, Lagers of Messina.
Yeah.
Seeing him live is incredible because you realize how really a good songwriter is. Whether you like the music or not,
Right.
it's just incredible how good and the craft he is, you know.
And
that,
I think that's something that is often lost in the translation between live performance and recording. Like I don't want to knock the idea that one can capture that on moment, but there is something magic about seeing a live performance of a song, and just really feeling the cohesion of that as a musical performance.
Yeah, I love live music. I mean, recording is different art, different thing. It's two-dimensional in some ways. You paint with sound,
Right.
even if you record everybody at once and then do overdubs. But there's nothing like live. It's different. For me, it's different every time I play. I can do the same song over and over again. I mean, some bands that they sound the same all the time, but I tap into the differences. Each room is different. Every audience is different, and it affects me. I might play the same arrangement, but I can tell the subtle differences in the way I'm playing it. You know,
Just the feel of that.
The feel. I
moment.
might be tired. Something's going to affect you. I just might have had a piece of pizza and I go, oh, I feel like
No,
I'm
totally.
serious. Like, and live playing and the lights are different. I played Sally O'Brien's a few weeks ago. No offense, Sally O'Brien's, but you need better lighting. It was tough in there,
Yeah.
for that reason. I mean, Steve and I did fine. It was a great show. We had a good time. But then I go into other places and they have professional lighting,
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, that's
And it's like, it affects you. It affects how you are,
and that's the magic for, I think, of live performance, is what you're saying, combined with the fact that there is an audience there. Like
Yeah.
that individual moment of you, for instance, having had, a bad slice of pizza up the street, the way you're playing the song, that crowd receiving that exact version of that song, there's a third something that is conjured in the air in that moment.
Yeah, and I think also the longer you play, hopefully you get better and better as you keep doing it. You have more experience, and you start. Even if you're not feeling good, you might still sound good. I mean, I wasn't feeling great the other night. I was tired. I did the 3-hour gig in the afternoon, did a 3-hour gig at night. But the owner said, "Hey, you sound great," and I think she meant it. So, oh, okay. Well, I wasn't quite feeling,
But hey, sometimes
great
that's
about
what the room
music.
needed.
Yeah, and yeah. So the more places you play, you kind of able to bring your A game. Your A game goes up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you see some amazing musicians, they make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
But they cover it up faster, or they don't let it. It doesn't rile them.
Yeah. Somebody once told me, if you make a mistake, just do it 3 more times.
Right. That's why there's one of the early Allman Brothers album, Live at the Fillmore. I think Duane Allman played a weird note, so he might have played this. And then he paused, and then he started playing it over a little bit more again. He realized he liked it. Something about the mistakes. The mistakes could be good. If you're doing a live pop thing, it's hard to get away with that stuff.
Yeah.
Because everything is so in its place.
Yeah.
And also the bigger the band is, if you have a 10-piece band, 20-piece band, and somebody's making mistakes, it's not, it's hard to get away.
No.
I know for solo stuff, or even trio or quartet band stuff, the mistakes are okay. I mean, to me, I'm not doing a pop thing,
I'm in a big, loud punk rock garage blues duo, so it's like, with that kind of freedom, you can just see what happens.
Right.
Go where the music takes you.
That's right. I mean, that song, if I played it with a band, there'd be a different kind of solo, a longer solo in the middle,
Right.
I just edited it. I just stopped it, so I can do that. Now, if I had somebody else playing with it, I have to talk it over with them beforehand.
Yeah. Balance that out.
Yeah, I'd say, so.
One day we'll master telepathy, and we'll be able to.
Right,
all of us musicians will finally achieve our peak.
Yeah.
Will you play another one for us?
Okay, I'll play this. Let's see if I can do it. This is that one I talk about that I wanted to write something a little lighter, reggae kind of song. Now my reggae is, I call it white boy reggae. I don't pretend to be. I played with somebody the other day, really good singer, and he was a white guy, and he sang pretty good, sounded like just from Jamaica, but I can't do that. I once played the Midway years ago. I'm sorry if I'm babbling too much. And the owner, I did Bob Marley song, and the owner came up to him and said, "Thank you for not trying to sound like Bob Marley." I mean, it was good because I can't, so I'm not I didn't grow up in Trenchtown, where people were starving and.
You got to keep it honest.
Right. So so I like reggae, and it's like, if I got together with some reggae people, I would say, sorry. I wouldn't apologize, but I would say they would know. I respect their music. So let's see if I can do this. Told you once, I told you twice, told you once again, I'm gonna get back home. I'm coming straight to you. Don't think twice. Here's my advice. Don't think twice. Listen to your heart, or you'll tear yourself apart. Wind blowing through, your long dark hair. Wind blowing me home to you. I see your smile in my mind's eye, like a candle in the dark, like a candle in the dark. I could be wrong, you gotta be strong. It's been so long since I've told you the truth about what I'm going through. I'm feeling alright, the time is right. Love you with all my might. I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you. Wind blowing through your long dark hair. Wind blowing me home to you. I see your smile in my mind's eye, like a candle in the dark, like a candle in the dark. There's always something going on. There's always more than we can see. Together we will find a way to get by. We gotta try to spend our time living full before it's gone away, gone away. Wind blowing through your long dark hair. Wind blowing me home to you. I see your smile in my mind's eye, like a candle in the dark, like a candle in the dark, like a candle in the dark, like a candle in the dark.
Kenny Selcer on WEMF Radio. Another great one. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Like a candle in the dark.
Like a candle. We all need. Actually, I'm looking outside. It's dark already. Yeah, I'm not used to
Crazy.
this yet.
Yeah, I know.
But as speaking of some light in the shadows, listeners, there's a double bill at the Amazing Things Arts Center in Framingham, Massachusetts on Friday, October 12th. Kenny Selcer's playing with Steve Gilligan, and also the Idolaters are playing with Sal Baglio. Can you tell me a little bit about the show?
Oh, sure. It's a double bill. I've been playing with Steve for about 6 years. We do duo acoustic. We have electric trio. We used to have a band, 4-piece. Now it's just a trio occasionally. We play all the time, so he's a really good player. It's all going to be an all original show. My different kinds of stuff from different parts of my career. It's funny to say that, right?
Hey, that's great.
Yeah. We play about an hour, and all different kinds of stuff. And then Sal goes on with this new group. Sal, I don't know if you ever heard of the Stompers.
I'm vaguely familiar.
Stompers were this group that's been around for a long time. They used to tour the country like a national act. They came out of the rock and roll tradition. It's sort of like, I'm not comparing to Bruce Springsteen, but Bruce Springsteen came out of the same thing, New Jersey style.
Okay.
Stompers never got as big, but they were really popular. They played arenas, opened up for everybody, you know.
I always got kind of Blasters-y vibes from them.
Right, yeah. And Steve is a bass player. He's in that group. He's
Okay.
also a founding member. Sal is this new group. which is different. It's not going to be rock and roll. I don't know what it is going to be, but it's not going to be Stompers kind of rock and roll. It's going to be Sal Baglio's music, and I know it's good. I've seen some of his other stuff he's done over the years. It's some good players. Jim Scopa is a guitar player. He's phenomenal. Country rock kind of player. I don't know. It's hard to define some of these people, you know.
I mean,
yeah, good musicians, good musicianship, good show. You know, he'll play in about an hour. The room is great. The Amazing Things Art Center is one of those undiscovered gems. It's been around there together for about 13 years as an all firehouse, 150-seater. Great sound, stage, digital, parking.
Hey, you just said like 4 of the 5 magic words in rock and roll. Yeah.
Parking is, you know, if you go to some of the places in Somerville, there's no place to park.
Good Lord, no, there is not.
And it's a great room to hear music, great room to see music. They have everything from folk, singer-songwriter, Celtic, jazz, theater, some lesser top names, because it's still a small room, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. But you're going to see some top-notch stuff there.
Top-notch, always, yeah.
Right on.
And it's a concert. It's a concert room, you know. So it's like I don't know what's a good concert room around here.
Oh, maybe Somerville Armory even.
Well, yeah, I'm actually playing the Armory on October 25th.
Oh, excellent.
With Roberta Lamb and some other people's songwriter thing.
Good deal.
It's a concert room. So you go in there, you buy your ticket, you sit, no obstructed seats, snacks, maybe beer and wine.
Right on.
Good sound, digital sound. It's a concert.
Get out there, listeners. And just
October 12th.
October 12th, the Amazing Things Art Center. It's at 160 Hollis Street in Framingham.
Yes.
Kenny, where can people find you online if they want to find out about gigs like that?
Well, I'm all over the place, but the website, kennyselcer.com, SELCER.com, and the spelling is important, of course. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Reverb Nation. I do Instagram not too well, but I do it. You know, Twitter.
I'm figuring if they look up Kenny Selcer, SELCER, I think they're probably going to find it.
You will. And Bandcamp, you can download and stream my music.
Excellent.
For 99 cents. Just look up Bandcamp, Kenny Selcer.
That's my favorite because it puts more music in people's heads. It puts a couple of bucks in the artist's pocket. Kenny, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Will you play us one more to end the show for the day?
Okay. I'll do more. This is one of my older songs. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure.
Rock On Baby, it's called. It's just about going through some tough times, which we all do, and trying to move on and just rocking on until you can't do it anymore. And that's how I feel these days, you know. So I'm going to be doing this until I can't do it anymore. Rock on, baby, rock on, it never seems to turn out the way we want it. Rock on, baby, rock on, nice and steady. Live your life never looking back, and pick a place to go, and keep on rocking till you can't rock no more. It's written all over your face, I said the wrong thing once again. Seems like every time I turn around, I hurt you more, my friend. I feel your anger right through the tears like a dagger in my heart. And I wish I could keep this foolishness from driving us apart. Something that came between us, nothing that we had planned, nothing we could have known about, and no longer hand in hand. I'm tired of being sick about it. You're sick of being tired, and I know you wish you could move along and make it easy, make it all easy. Well, rock on, baby, rock on, it never seems to turn out the way we want it. Rock on, baby, rock on, nice and easy. Live your life never looking back, and pick a place to go. And keep on rocking till you can't rock no more. going back to the city where I was born and raised. I'm going for a visit. I'm going to relive some old days, trying to understand where I am coming from, and trying to understand where I am going without you. So rock on, baby, rock on, it never seems to turn out the way we want it. Rock on, baby, rock on, nice and steady. Live your life never looking back, and pick a place to go, and keep on rocking till you can't rock no more. Rock on, baby, rock on, it never seems to turn out the way we want it. Rock on, baby, rock on, nice and easy. Live your life never looking back, and pick a place to go, and keep on rocking till you can't rock no more. And keep on rocking till you can't rock no more. And keep on rocking till you can't rock no more.